What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are taking a look at this incredible chart from Glassnode that is showing us the accumulation and distribution phases, all right, from the last cycles, and also to see, is it possible that Bitcoin will finally break out this massive neckline and finally enter a parabolic phase in the next coming weeks? We're also checking out the S&P 500 absolutely exploding from this resistance zone that we've been talking about for the last couple of days, guys, and I'm going to show you how there is a high possibility that the S&P 500 might continue to the upside in the next coming weeks to help Bitcoin get that breakout from this neckline. So make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin, crypto. Also do live streams to connect with the community. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything that I say. If you do so, do your own research, and let's dive in here to this incredible data that we have from Glassnode, guys, because what I want to show you here is the accumulation trend score. Now, you might think to yourself, what is all of these yellow dots and purple dots that we do have here? Well, yellow being the distribution, all right, where there is mostly selling pressure, right? They are distributing their coins. And also we have the accumulation here going from blue, purpley, okay, as you can see here on this mark. So what do we have here? Back here, we do have 2018 and 2019, guys. We had a huge neckline on Bitcoin, okay, which was the bottoms, okay. I will be showing you this with this chart over here. That is basically this bottom range over here around about the $6,000 level. It was the strongest support level from the bear market of 2018. And when we do see this chart, all right, there was a lot of selling pressure. There was a lot of distribution, okay, on Bitcoin. Now we could see that last major drop, and this was the phase where there is a bottom discovery, right, where we are trading in between $3,000 and $4,000, right? This is this phase right over here, down all the way here, okay, around about $3,000, $4,000 range, where there was a lot of accumulation, right? This is why after a couple of months, the price action started moving up aggressively. Now, what we do see here, when we got into that net bear market neckline of 2018, which was at that $6,000 range, okay, slightly below, we can see here there was still large accumulation. There was largely a whale accumulation at that phase below $6,000. This was exactly right over here. And this is just data, guys. The data is there. We know because it's a transparent, okay, the blockchain is an open network. You can see where there is a lot of buying and a lot of selling. So right over here at this phase, there was a lot of accumulation, as you can see with the data. This is in the purple, that is accumulation. The price finally had a massive big breakout going to that $13,000, $14,000 range, okay, at this high. And what is happening right now with Bitcoin is something very, very similar. We have the strongest neckline, okay, support level of 2021 and 2022, which was exactly at this $29,000, $30,000 range. And this is currently where the price is hitting right now of Bitcoin. Something interesting is once we saw that bottom discovery, okay, below 29K, we can see small little distribution and then another accumulation here around about that 16, 17K level. Very similar scenario here. Once we got that run up to that neckline, we can see that there is large accumulation at this resistance zone. And you might think to yourself, why is there accumulation at resistance? Shouldn't there be accumulation at the bottoms, okay, to sell high? We have been going to the upside on Bitcoin for the last few weeks, okay, a couple of months, all right, since that 15.5K bottom. Been running up here. Why is there still large accumulation after pumping over, you know, 60, 70%, okay, for the last few weeks? It is absolutely crazy, right? You might think to yourself, this is a huge resistance level. The whales, okay, the people should be thinking in selling, not in buying. Well, we can see with this data, that is not the case. Just like we were having a nice run up here from the $3,000 range to $6,000 range to that huge resistance level, there was large accumulation. And finally, a few weeks after, we were getting that big breakout. This is what is happening right now. There is actually accumulation happening at this resistance zone at a big, big neckline, the strongest neckline that we have, strongest support level at $29,000, $30,000 range. So going back to this chart, this is potentially, of course, the bear market rally. I'm not saying we're going to go to all-time highs, Bear market rallies can be extremely explosive, just like the ones we had in 2019. Now, I'm not saying this has to happen. This is 100% going to happen, you know. I'm just showing you the sentiments, the similarities, the accumulation stages, and this is why this needs to be shown. So bear market rally, everybody thinks that a bear market rally can be, you know, usually smaller than, you know, than a huge one, right? Usually people estimate, okay, this is it. This has been the bear market rally. It is time for the correction. But the rally continues and continues and gets everybody surprised. This is what happened back in 2019. You know, there was a lot of people, Twitter was exploding. A lot of people were extremely surprised, saying this is it. You know, we are probably even going to go to all-time high. But that was not the case. So we need to consider, you know, there is a possibility of a huge, massive rally. I know a lot of people are going to call me Moon Boy in the comment section, but we just want to, you know, realize that this is a possibility, especially taking a look at this data, guys. There's accumulation, heavy accumulation happening at this resistance level, just like we had back here in 2019 at this $6,000 level. And for those traders out there that haven't tried Bybit, Bybit is my favorite crypto trading platform. You can claim $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit that pays your fees and your losses, guys. Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform. So some similarities that I do want to see here, right? This is the neckline, right? That is the neckline, okay? Very similar, bear market neckline after a big drop, round formation, and we are at the resistance. Very similar here, big support, resistance at the range, consolidating, forming the bearish divergence like I showed you on yesterday's video. There were bearish divergence at this zone also in April of 2019. Finally had that accumulation and massive explosion. Similar scenario. There's bearish divergence here also on the daily. So we could expect some small corrective moves, but overall, you know, it is very likely we could get that explosive move in the coming weeks. So, you know, going back here, how far can the move go? Well, if we want to take a look, you know, as you know, usually at this range, there is a lot of people still very, very bearish and don't accept. They're in denial and they think, you know, it's not possible. We're not going to break it. You know, there is a crisis. You know, there's a credit crunch. You know, the economy is not working well, so it's not possible of Bitcoin doing this. Well, of course, it's very, very much possible. So, you know, where usually people place their stop losses, you know, when they're swing trading this, there is massive liquidation events at the last lower high ranges, okay, from a bear market. So if we do take a look at these last lower high ranges, okay, we can see that Bitcoin came all the way up to this kind of last real peak lower high, which was exactly at $12,000 range. We went slightly above it, almost hitting $14,000. So we can see, you know, that massive move to the upside, hitting that last lower high range, okay, for that liquidity grab from all of those massive bears selling, okay, all of those shorters, saving all of those stop losses behind this level. And also, if we do take a look at the highs, pivot high from the all-time high of 2017 to the bear market low, we retraced exactly to the 618 Fibonacci, okay, that $13,400 range. As you can see, hitting that beautiful golden pocket and having that retracement from there. So let's just go here and see the possibilities of this happening. There are two major levels, all right? The one that I'm showing you right over here, okay, is also exactly at the 618 fib level, okay, from the pivot high to the pivot low, guys. Look at this. As you can see, it is exactly at this pivot lower high, okay, 618 Fibonacci. This is exactly at $48,000. I know no one can think at this moment that Bitcoin could reach $48,000, all right, in the next coming weeks potentially, right? I would give it a couple of months, but you know, it is possible. When we have a parabolic phase, you know, we can hit it in a matter of weeks. So just so you know, some similarities. I'm not saying, you know, we do not have to repeat, but it can be similar, all right? Just showing you the neckline. We're currently at that stage. We're having the accumulation stages also here with the Glassnode data providing us here. And it's very, very similar scenarios. So we need to understand that this is a possibility. I know if Bitcoin gets that run up here to this phase, it's going to get everybody surprised. But this might be the end of this bear market rally, and it will be starting to have a decent correction. Okay, so we do not have to get too excited, okay, with the similarities here, because we do have this huge resistance. All right, we have another lower high here for a potential liquidity grab, which is just slightly above $32,000. If I do get that mark right over here, we do have that at $32,000. There is a possibility here of breaking out here and then getting exhausted at that range, and maybe that was the bear market rally end. Okay, it is a possibility. However, you can see the similarities, guys. There is a possibility in Bitcoin getting this huge rally in the coming weeks, all right? Just by knowing that there is accumulation happening at this stage, just like there was accumulation happening also at this stage over here at the strongest neckline of this cycle over here. So let's jump in here to the S&P 500, because I know a lot of people are bearish on the stock market. Prepare for stock market crash. This is it, you know. And stock market is actually pumping. You know, we're very much aware of this for the last couple of days. We had a huge monthly close. Look at this. What a run up we had yesterday. Yesterday's run up was absolutely huge. We went, you know, I think it was almost about 2% from the lows of yesterday, you know, 1.5%. And that for the stock market in one day, you know, a rise of 1.5% for the stock market S&P 500 is a lot. So we had that run up, we had the breakout of this, you know, weekly highs that we had, and it looks like that this cup and handle is actually playing out, right? We had this cup and handle scenario, right? It's in a smaller downtrend. We prefer cup and handles on an uptrend, of course, but it is what it is, right? We've broken a very important resistance zone. We do know that we have been trending up here for the last couple of weeks, okay? If we do see the price of Bitcoin, of the stock market S&P 500, we can see here creating higher highs and higher lows, okay? This was a higher low right there, hitting one of the most important, okay, resistance trend lines, turning into support from the bear, you know, the bear market of 2022. Still in a bear market, but that trend line holding nicely as support a few weeks ago, as you can see, and we're getting the run up. When we see this run up here, you know, we can already see that there is a high chance that these highs over here are going to be claimed. This uptrend is potentially going to continue, as you can see here on the chart. The structure, higher highs and higher lows, likely to continue. If we do get that projected move from this cup and handle, it does take us all the way up there, okay, to actually claim these highs over here and even go higher, right? This is a textbook, you know, projected move, but we wouldn't want to pay too much attention. But, you know, you can see that momentum, you can see the possibility of these highs actually being claimed in the coming weeks, which is above 4,200 points. We only about 60 points away from that level. So I think that, you know, after some potential corrections, if that does happen next week, we could very much climb up to this range and have this massive continuation to the upside on the stock market. And this is what could ignite also Bitcoin going to much higher levels and finally breaking the most important resistance trend line that we do have here at 29-30k levels, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.